Hello, and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Friday, December 25th, 2015 by Gaia Blooming. Merry Christmas to you. I was going to try to get the cats to say Merry Christmas. Mahalo has a special Christmas collar on, and you can hear him jingling in the background probably, and he's not pleased. So that's your Merry Christmas from Mahalo. And our energy mantra for today is so appropriate with my cat's feelings. My feelings are important to the expansion of my purpose. And so we've got an interesting Christmas, I gotta say. We begin the day with a big full moon. And it's, the full moon in Cancer is always, just got that extra added punch because the moon rules Cancer. So it's this big emotional energy. And the moon, just as it affects our tides on our planet, it affects the emotions within us, which have this watery quality, that flow. And I encourage you to allow what needs to come up to come up. And this doesn't mean put your emotions on somebody else or put blame on somebody else. Take responsibility for whatever shows up in you emotionally in this energy, but also honor it. Don't hold back the tides. You can only hold back the tides so long, and then they come up, even bigger. It's like they just keep mounting and mounting and mounting. So really honor that. Honor your emotions. They are there. They're important. They're important to be expressed. They're important to be felt. They're important to show you. Are you going in the right direction? Are you kind of misleading yourself at this time? And especially with Capricorn, are you moving closer into your purpose? Are you pulling yourself away? So the Sabian symbol for this full moon, it happens at 3 degrees, and it actually happens, I didn't look up the exact time, I think it's like 3:11 a.m. Yeah, 3:11 a.m. Pacific time. So the Sabian symbol, I said this yesterday, but I think it's so cool. For 3 degrees Capricorn is a human soul in its eagerness for new experiences, seeks embodiment. And I just feel like, we came to embody the feelings. We came to embody all the highs, lows, ups, downs, experiences. And if you remember this, like, oh my God, my soul is like digging these experiences, good or bad. It reminds me of that movie, It's a Beautiful Life. We came to experience, a nice, big smorgasbord of feelings, experiences. And for the Sabian symbol, for where the moon is, Cancer, 3 degrees, a man bundled in furs leads a shaggy deer. And so we're just, this is part of our exploration. We put on these different coats. I compared it yesterday to the conditioning card, the Osho conditioning card. We put on these different coats to find really our authentic vibration with our soul. And helping us today with that, I love this as well, we have Uranus going direct in the sign of Aries. So Uranus has been retrograde since July, and now we go direct. Now we start moving forward from what we processed about who we are, taking those steps into honoring who we are. This is happening later in the evening. But chances are we're going to be feeling this today, and Uranus is the sign of the rebel. So you may have some rebellious outbursts as part of these feelings that are coming through. But the Sabian symbol for Aries 16, where it's going direct, nature spirits are seen at work in the light of sunset. Spirit, do your work. This is what we're here for, and this is what we're focused on with the sun in Capricorn, is showing up, doing our work, doing our soul purpose. So all of this energy, which is interesting with Christmas and families coming together and friends coming together and different opinions, it's a really interesting connection that we're working through. I just encourage you, as much as you can, to be true to yourself in and amongst this energy. Be true to your I am vibration. Be true to your feelings. And again, don't put it on anybody else. Nobody else is making you feel this. It's your own decision. So if you can take back that control, you're really going to find yourself shifting. This Christmas could be potentially very shift-worthy in your life. So besides this, we have the moon in Cancer connecting to Neptune in Pisces. Lots of intuition. Honor your intuition. Honor your intuition was like, no, don't say that. Keep that thing to yourself. Keep that thing in your journal. And honor your intuition when it's like, yes, that's something that should be said. Mercury in Capricorn is connecting to Jupiter. So make sure your words are embodied. They're coming from a place of truth, true embodiment within yourself. And then finally, we have the moon connecting to Pluto. Transformation potential is huge in this day, huge with this full moon. So, be conscious. Take some time to spend by yourself. Take some time to write out what's going on. I know for me, it's a very emotional holiday, the first one without my dad. We all have stuff that's coming up. 2015's been a year. It's been crazy. Give yourself a chance to release, and enjoy yourself. And hold space for the people who are struggling, because there's going to be those who are really going to be feeling this. And then there's going to be those who are really sensitive and going to be feeling it for the people who are really feeling it. So just try to be as conscious and grounded as you can. We talked about that a lot in GPS. And speaking of GPS, it's funny, I have some of the cards that I know that we pulled. So I know Nicole pulled the schizophrenia card, and I know I pulled the Fool card. And so the schizophrenia card is saying, hey, you may be kind of clinging to two sides. Do I be all the way myself, or do I, be that person that I've always shown up as? And Osho in this card is saying, hey, let go of those two sides. You're not going to find, you're not going to find your answer in either of those sides. You're going to find the answer when you let yourself fall into your heart. So come into your heart. Start this new heart-driven, embodied path. And there's going to be some rebellion in this. This might be rebelling against some of your old rules, some of those old chains, those old family things that have held you back. I know one of our family things that's really been something I've worked on forever is there's a saying in my family, sometimes your best isn't good enough. My grandfather always used to say that. Breaking through that chains has really helped me step into a new journey. And there's healing in it when you can break through. And there's no better time to make these breakthroughs than when you're in it. When you're away from it, it's easy to be like, oh, I don't have to worry about that. That's not the problem. But when you're in it, breaking those chains, breaking through is powerful. So I encourage you this Christmas to enjoy yourself and let the yums for sure come through. Enjoy yourself like the little kitty behind me. Let the feelings come through. Don't hold back those tides, but don't take it out on anybody. I think that's the best thing, is don't take it out on anybody. Say what you need to say, but don't push your stuff on anyone. We're all responsible for ourselves. So, do what you can do. I hope you have a beautiful holiday, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.